Hey everybody, Superfluous J here, playing more Dyson Sphere program, and we are out here in the universe with a huge gas giant above our heads here with a power problem, as you have frequently in the beginning game. It really doesn't matter. The amount of power you have, obviously I want more, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I prefer it if it wasn't flashing, but I'm more concerned about getting things automated and getting some science done and getting ourselves going. Just to let you know, I actually have a fairly robust plan of what I'm going to do in the game, and what I'm going to do is basically rush planetary logistics, and then interstellar logistics, and then interstellar logistics is poorly named because it's really interplanetary logistics. What gets you interstellar logistics is the wherever it is, the warper ability to warp to other star systems, which is, I don't even know where they are. They're around here somewhere though, and so you want basically all of those things in order to play the game. Really is the way it works. So I'm going to actually rush interstellar logistics, which is kind of crazy. That means I need to unlock red cubes. I need to unlock yellow cubes. I'm going to need to do a whole bunch of other things to get that going. But we're going to start that with actually we're going to start it with some upgrades. Now that we're at the point where we can't actually research anything because we need to set up science. I'm going to actually start with all the upgrades here that we what's the word, that all the upgrades that, oh, actually we have some things here. I guess we'll get these coal and these we'll get that drone engine, this one here. I forgot that some of these don't unlock until you unlock the mech core. So let me just queue these up, and then mechanical frame. We'll just do all these that way. I'm pretty sure these are the last ones that don't have cubes in them. I thought I was done with the cubes last night, or last time. I should say last night. It was actually tonight, not too long after I recorded this episode. So I'll get these things done, and then we'll do the rest of them. So let's exit out of this screen, and we need coal, 150 coal. So I guess that means we need a miner, which we don't have any of, so let's go ahead and make one. I could mine the 150 coal myself, but I'm not going to. For this we need iron. We need basically a bunch of iron and copper, and we can pick these things up. Let's do this. Let's do copper. Let's do iron. Might have to get a little closer. There we go. Iron. Can I make these now? I can make 32 of them. I can make 12 of them. Let's go ahead and make. Let's go make 4 while we're sitting here waiting. Let's also get some power over here. We got 10 power poles. Put a power pole here and a power pole right in the center of this coal patch, and then we will get our miners going. We got 2 already. We are going to want a lot of coal. Will this stretch all the way across? No, it won't, so I might as well try to go for like that. And then that. I think that'll be fine for now. Yeah, these guys, they're both powered. They're just slowly powered. And for now, I'm just going to, similar to how I did the other things, I'm just going to pull this out right now and throw it in a box, which I need to make. So let's make a box. Actually, let's make 2 boxes. And apparently it's only 1 box. Never mind. Ignore everything I just said. And let's get 2 sorters like we like. It looks like we're exactly in the wrong spot, so they don't have power, which is annoying, but you know what? Power poles are pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we need these electromagnets. We need 60 of them. We can make 46. Let's just pump this up to 10, and we'll see what we need. We need more magnets to make more of these. Let's go ahead and grab more magnets. Might as well, while we're waiting, grab more copper, grab more iron. And then now we need more electromagnets. Let's just make 20 more. That should do that. And then we need the coal as well, which is very quickly filling up here, which is nice. And these guys, yeah, these guys actually, even though they're low powered, they're mining so fast. Like, we just have plenty of coal. We really don't need to worry about it. We have 133 of the 135 we need, so we just need a little more coal now. When these things turn white, that means we've got them. So we'll let that go. We'll also chop down some more trees here. Get some organics in our furnace here. Also, coal works pretty good for the furnace. Throw that in there too. Why not? Organic crystal. Just basically everything that I get, I'm just throwing it in there because I don't actually want it in my inventory. My inventory's pretty small right now, and I can't really use it. But let's talk about science. Let's talk about science labs in particular here. This building that I haven't unlocked yet. So there must be a science I can research that gives me the science labs, which I thought, is it one of these things? Energy circuit, inventory capacity, mechanical frame. Let's go to technologies. There's no search option, which is a little annoying. Or is it? Oh, it's just this one here. I need to do this to unlock that. I don't unlock that. It's even more stuff. So let's go ahead and queue that up. And I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to do the trick that I used to do in Factorio, which is unqueue this and then requeue it. Unqueue this, requeue it. I'm right-clicking, left-clicking. I've got my keyboard back on the lower left there, if you hadn't noticed. Mechanical frame, unqueue that, requeue it. And last but not least, we've got the electromagnetic matrix, which is what we want. So we're gonna need 10 more electromagnets and 10 circuit boards to get that unlocked. And I am hitting the wrong keys here. Let's see if we can make these circuits. We can. Let's just throw 10 on here. Why not? And then the electromagnets, we're probably going to need some more magnets, and we got plenty of copper, so we should be able to just make these things. Yeah, we'll just make 10 of those, and then that should be enough to get this cube once we finish whatever it is we're researching right now. A lot of these early things, I'm going to ignore them because you just instantly get the benefit, and they're worth it. Might make some more of these. I don't like making these. I'll make 10 though. I don't actually like making them too much because I don't use them. Like I said in the last episode, I'm going to be doing solar almost exclusively. So every single one of these I make is basically a huge waste because once I unlock solar panels, I'm gonna switch to those exclusively. It's just the way it is. But I might as well get these things going so we get some power going, and then mostly I'm wasting time until we get labs researched here. We can put that there. Got 2 more. Really doesn't matter where I put these things. I'm just trying to use them up. Let's see how many. That's the last one we have. We have no more, so that's it. And we have gotten the labs, which is awesome. Okay, and we should have plenty of power now. Yeah, we're 100% satisfaction just at though, so that's just the way that works. So anyway, labs work completely differently. Oh, we need glass for that. You know what? We don't have any glass going. Let's. We can fly now. So if I jump, I actually can hover. It uses up your power faster than otherwise. So you don't want to do it a whole bunch. I'm gonna destroy this thing. Just put one over there. I'm gonna get 2 more smelters, which I need to make. And I can't make 2 of them, so let's go ahead and grab a stack of stone. And there's my second one. And you see here that this is another mod. This how the inserters show up on here. This is the advanced build mod. It has a whole bunch of features on it. One of which allows you to copy the inserters. If you don't have this mod installed, you have to put those inserters on yourself, which really sucks. Also, when I copied this thing, it copied the recipe, and I don't want that. So let's make that glass instead. This is why you have to set the recipes, because you have the same ingredients can make different results. We can just do that. Oh, I don't have a box. Let's go ahead and make a box. Make 5 of them. I don't use boxes very often in this game. I tend to store things in planetary logistics stations, really, when it comes down to it. Let's go ahead and make 10 more of these. And we're going to need more belts. So let's make 6, I guess, we have on us. Let's go ahead and get these furnaces, exporting stone, glass, I should say, into the box here. And I can make glass myself. I just don't want to. I want everything to be made in a factory and everything to be smelted in a furnace. I don't want to have to make things in my hand. That's my main goal, is to make the least amount of stuff in my hand as possible. Now, granted, I'm making all the buildings in my hand, but eventually I'm not going to be doing that. So matrix labs. Let's see. We still need iron and copper. I'll just grab 3 of those. And 2 of those, and I should be able to make a few of these things now. I can make 12. Let's make 6. Let's make 6. And we need to decide where we want our labs to be. Again, like I said before, it really doesn't matter where. But this is the first time we're going to care about these fault lines. I am not going to put my labs on a fault line. Because it's a pain to build on a fault line. If you don't believe me, or if you're curious why, try it yourself in the game. I'm not going to get too much into the whys of these things, but just trust me, it's a huge pain to build across the fault line. I will almost inevitably have that problem in the thing. Looks like I made 7. Oh, I think the game gives you 1, so not a big deal. Anyway, you can place a lab here. And labs have 2 modes. You can create these cubes in them, and this is basically like creating the red flask or the green flask in Factorio. But you can't build these in assemblers. You have to build them in labs. And they take their ingredients and then they spit out a blue cube, just like in Factorio. But then you also need another lab somewhere else, which generally I put them fairly close by, especially in the early game, that would then take these ingredients and turn them into research, which researches your stuff. So you actually need 2 labs, and the cool thing about this is a lot of times in Factorio, once you made like 15, 20, 25, however many labs you want to research that at that speed, you don't need any more. And if you make a couple more by accident, they're basically useless. Here, though, every time I research a new research thing, when I get red cubes and then green cubes, etc. Well, green's the last one, but it doesn't really matter. When I get red cubes for the next one, I'm going to need more labs for that, and I'm going to need more labs to process faster as well. And so therefore, if you do have a couple labs left over, they're going to be useful later. Also, in the in-game, you're going to want hundreds of labs, so the chance of actually making too many is fairly low when it comes to that. Okay, so let's automate some stuff. We finally have a reason to automate magnetic coils and circuit boards like we have been automatically creating in our inventory forever. So let's go ahead and do some assemblers here. I've made 3 of them, which is actually a decent amount. So we need to make these things. Let's see what we got here. I don't want to avoid the fault line, so let's go ahead and just throw down an assembler here and an assembler, not there, here. So this assembler here, we're going to say make circuits, and all it needs is iron and copper. So that's pretty simple. And this guy, we're going to say he wants to make magnetic coils. He needs magnets and copper. Okay, so that's pretty simple. I might want to actually set that. Oh, I did. Okay, cool. We also want to power this whole thing, so let's go ahead and put power here, and we want to power the labs as well. Let's put this right in the center here, so it powers the labs and any inserters we're going to be putting in there. So we need to get our raw ingredients to these guys, and we need to get the outputs to the labs. So let's go ahead and look at what we need to do here. We need 3 ingredients. We need iron, copper, and magnets. So we need iron. Oops, I'm thinking about stuff and I'm not actually doing it right. We need iron and copper coming to this guy on belts, and we need copper and magnets coming to this guy. Well, we've got magnets here, we've got iron here, we've got copper here, we've got everything kind of splayed out everywhere, and it's a bit of a pain at the moment. So I'm going to delete one of these things. So we're continuing to put stuff in this belt, but we're letting stuff go by. And I'm just going to bring the magnets around here, And now we have the problem that you have in Factorio where you got to get over a belt or under a belt. Here it's over a belt. And you just hit the up arrow key, and that makes a bridge. Now, I've run out of belts, which is annoying. I am going to be automated belts soon. For now, let me just make a whole bunch. So this allows me to, as soon as I make these belts, sadly it has to make the gears first, just like in Factorio. But now, yeah, I've made the belts. Now, it lets me put a bridge here, and then I can hit down arrow, and it then brings the bridge down. So we can go like that, and looks like I never hooked this miner up, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and run these things this way. I mean, I obviously don't need it because this belt is completely backed up. But let's go ahead and run this way, and as soon as we get this belt set up, and oh wait, we need to also, our poor little robots are having a hard time. I'm used to the end game where you have dozens of, well, not dozens, but you have a lot more robots, and they move a lot faster, and they build things a lot faster too. And so I sort of forgetting that yeah, the game doesn't run that fast. So we're gonna come up here and do the same thing with copper. However, I also want a splitter, which I haven't researched yet, which is annoying. Well, you know what? I'll cheese it. So let's go ahead and take this off. We're going to need to run copper. I'm going to snake it through here. We're doing some spaghetti, and that's totally fine right now. We don't need things to be super efficient at the moment. What I'm going to do here is, to get this working, I'm going to run this belt like this, and then I'm going to put an a sorter right here to grab off this line. This is cheesy. This is something you do at the beginning of Factorio sometimes when you don't have the resources to do what you're doing. But that'll be my copper line, and then the last thing I need is my iron line, which is this guy here. And just like the other one, I'm going to delete one of these inserters so some of this iron gets allowed to pass by. And then I'm going to bring this line around this way. And I wouldn't be surprised if I run out of belts. I've got 88 of them, so I should be fine. And then we'll just run these belts here. And you notice as I cross the fault line here, the belts kind of zigzag a little bit. That's one of the problems. You can't have consistent builds across a fault line because this belt goes fine. This belt zigzags. If you run like 10 belts here, eventually one of them's going to want to merge onto the same line that the other one was on. So you end up with that problem, which is let's say bad. So anyway, let's get this going. You notice we're also having major problems with power. It's flickering and flashing and all that good stuff, but it's just the way it works. So let's wait for my guys to get all these belts built. And it definitely is faster for them if I get up near where the belts are being built. Like they move a lot faster, much like with bots in Factorio, except for you have to deal with it from the start. Like you can't build these things on your own. You have to lay the plan down, and then your bots lay them for you. So we've got these going. Now I actually don't have the inserters set up for these guys, the sorters. Sorry. Let's go ahead and delete these. And then let's get sorters going for these. Let's put one here and one here. We can then delete these. This guy sadly doesn't have the power, so I'm going to delete this power pole and move it this way a little bit just so it covers everything. That should be fine. And this guy's now generating these magnetic coils. So if we run these magnetic coils up to this, a sorter outputting. I'm delete that belt because we're not using it. And then I'm just holding down shift and clicking the sorter, and then it picks up a new one. You can also use these menus here to select stuff, but frankly, I never ever use them. I don't think they're very well situated to work out the way you want them to. But now we have all the ingredients for these guys, so they could also be put on a belt. And let's just run it over here. It doesn't really matter how you do it. And then we'll get a sorter. You have to wait for the belt to be there before you can put a sorter on it. And then right here, we'll put another sorter there. Delete that belt to be efficient. We can actually delete this belt. And now this lab, if you look at it, it has circuits. It has magnetic coils, and it is chugging out and just producing these things fairly fast, about as fast as we can shove these in them. So we're good with that. So then we're gonna I'll just come over here, I guess. We'll make an output belt and an input belt. And oops, I copied the lab, not the sorter. There we go. Do a sorter out here, a sorter in here, and then we are throwing the blue cubes in here. And now this lab, if we were researching blue cubes, researching something that takes blue cubes, we would see that it's running. But sadly, I forgot that I wanted to do this. Now, the next thing we're researching here, I forget what it is we're researching even, is energy circuit. I don't even remember queuing that up, but oh, I just queued up all the ones, and this one needs energetic graphite, which is yet another thing. Oops, that we need to smelt. So we're running these things into boxes, which is perfectly fine and good, and I like doing it. But we also need to smelt them. So let's go ahead and run these this way a little bit. And we only need a couple smelters at the beginning of the game here to do this. Looks like we don't have any. So we need more than not any. We have all the ingredients, but apparently not enough. And it looks like probably what we're missing is... I honestly don't know what we're missing. So let's make all the ingredients here. I honestly don't know what we're missing. We have plenty of stone. We have plenty of... there we go. We only have 3 of these. We're missing iron. That's what we're missing. So let's fly over here. You do move a little bit faster when you fly, but you also use a lot more energy. Let's pick up some iron. That way we can make some smelters here. I'll just make 10 for now. Might as well have my bot handcrafting while I'm chatting with you. So now we're getting our smelters. There we go. There's 1 and there's 2. Let's just keep it up, making 2 of everything like we always do. And then looks like I instantly regretted my decision to make a bunch of these because I also need a bunch of inserters. Sorters, whatever you want to call them. And while we're waiting for those to make, let's go ahead and also run a belt off of here like we did before. And as soon as this gets built, we will put the results of these guys into there. And the results of these guys is going to be energetic graphite, which I can't actually make. So I have researched things out of order. We can't make energetic graphite, and we need it to research these things. So I need to cancel this because we can't do it. So let's go ahead and do that. This one we can do, but we need steel, so we need to cancel that. And then this thing here, I'm thinking we're just going to cancel that because I obviously did this stuff out of order. Smelting purification, energetic graphite. Yeah, so that's funny. We actually need to research energetic graphite in order to research the other things. So I'm going to queue this up. And then now we're going to see that, notice it's counting down. Now, I don't have any blue cubes in my inventory, but it's still showing me to count down. If I turn this off, then that goes away. And I actually do like to turn it off once I'm done. Oops, once I'm done with all the manual researches. But for now, I'm gonna leave it up so you see it going. Some people like to leave it up. Some people like to not leave it up. I'm one of those who likes to not leave it up. So sadly, I can't do energetic graphite yet until this is done. So I'm going to instead wait for it to be done. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to make a few more, make 5 more of these wind turbine things to let them keep going. So let's go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3. Got 2 more coming. There's 1 more. And last but not least, we got lack of item, not distance to thing. Oh, now it's too close. There we go. That keeps us up close to 100%. So we're doing pretty good. Now let's see if we have any problems with our production. We've got plenty of copper. We've got plenty of iron. We are making plenty of these. The problem is we're not making blue cubes fast enough. So what you can do here is you can stack labs. When you put a lab on top of a lab, they automatically feed their inputs, they feed them up the labs, and then the outputs automatically feed down and go out. Also, we have a problem that we are not researching fast enough based on the cubes that we're making, so we can actually stack more labs up here. Now, there is a limit. Right now, that limit is 3. You can research more to make that limit go higher. You can also build the labs here, and I only have 2. But what I can do is build the labs here, and then also, I guess I probably need to extend my conveyor belt 1, and then if I can pick the sorter instead, I can shove them into there, and then these ones can be processing as well. And now the problem is that we have too many labs processing and not enough labs making blue cubes. So as soon as this guy finishes, he's got 5 cubes in him. He'll be done in a second. I'm going to take him off and put. Yeah, see, he's never getting fed cubes, so he's going to run out in a second and then be done. That's how you can tell with the labs just by sight that that you don't have enough of something. It's like we're not making enough blue cubes because these labs aren't running at all and this lab's not running. So I'm gonna take this lab off, and then I'm gonna slap this one on top of here, and there we go. So now we're making blue cubes faster, and we're feeding them into these labs faster. And this lab is getting cubes at about the same speed that it's processing them. So in order to run both of these, we actually need 2 stacks of these labs. So I'm going to delete. Oh, we got our smelting purification, which is nice. So, but in the meantime here, I'm going to. Will this fit in here? I don't know if it will. Let's see. It says lack of item, but I think the problem though is that it won't actually work. Let's see. That guy's there. I'm going to actually put this here. But we've got smelting, so I'm going to let this go. Because I want to get that other research done before we get too far. I like to get all the researches done that have garbage. I like to think of it inputs instead of the inputs of cubes, because that's like an early game thing. So let's go ahead and make energetic graphite here. One nice thing about energetic graphite, in addition to being useful in the research I want to do, is that it for now, I think I'm going to put both of these in here. It's a really good fuel source. It's actually a much better fuel source than all this. Oops. Let's do this. Than all this garbage I'm going to throw in here just to burn up. Once you get energetic graphite, though, and actually you can throw coal into your furnace as well for your own personal use. Once you get energetic graphite in decent numbers, you don't need to do that anymore because the energetic graphite is so much better of a fuel source than most things in the game until you start making your own fuel. Actually, all things in the game then until you start making your own fuel rods and things like that. But let's go ahead and requeue that research that I threw away, which was in upgrades. So let's go ahead and just go to the top here. I've already... let's see, that's a cube thing. That's a cube thing. Can I make these? I can. But let's go ahead and do the one that has graphite on it, just because we have it. Now we do need 60 wood for this. I actually forgot about that, so I got to stop throwing wood into my furnace. And I could actually take this 38 out, so we have 40 wood. Actually, we have 60 wood, so we're good with that. We need the energetic graphite, and we need the coal. So let's go ahead and take the coal out, too, so we have that. And then we can grab this energetic graphite, and now we have enough to do this research, which is cool. And this research is going to give us more fuel power, which is pretty awesome. The drone engine research takes blue. The communication control takes blue. The inventory capacity takes steel, which I don't think we know how to make. And the mechanical frame takes these electric motors, which we do know how to make. So... actually, you know what? I don't know if we know how to make them. Let's verify we know how to make them. They are a component. We do not have them in here. So yeah, we need to research steel and those things before we can do anything else. So let's go ahead and find that. Here's steel. It costs 120 blue circuits. We shouldn't have any trouble doing that. And then we need to find electromagnetic drive. It takes 50, so that'll be pretty quick. In fact, I think I'm going to cancel steel and then requeue it so we get these engine things first, because we get them so fast. Then we can just make a bunch of those to get that other research in the upgrades, which is right here. We can enqueue that, and then we can enqueue this, and then that should be everything. Everything else requires cubes, which is what I want. I want to only be researching cubes. So let's go ahead and wait then for that. And in the meantime, we are building up these cubes, which is nice. Sadly, they're building up on our belt, and we're not actually doing much with them. But as I said, I want 2 of these, so I might as well build 3 more labs. 1, 2, 3, while I'm waiting for this stuff to finish. And I can build them right here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to standardize this a little bit. I'm going to run this way, and I'm going to run this way instead. And then I'm going to delete these. And then I'm going to have this sorter going into him and this sorter going into him. And then I'm going to copy these labs. And notice it copies them with the sorters too, which is nice. And then we got the research complete there. So we're going to start actually using these blue cubes that were researching. Let's throw a power pole there so it gets that thing. And I need to extend this a little bit more so that I can grab a sorter and do that with it. We can get some more cubes out of there. Now the cubes should be running now and doing this. So what did that give us? That gave us the ability to... I don't even know. Did that give us the ability to make anything important? No. Not yet. Yeah, I don't even know what I researched, to be honest. I think it was just like drone speed, fast speed, or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention to that, to be honest. But we've almost got the ability to make the drives, the engines. Notice we're not making these things fast enough now, so I'm gonna have to make another one of these. But I want 60 of these. I can make 33 right now, so I'm just gonna queue up all 33 of them, and I'm gonna do them one at a time, just to make sure that that I get them as fast as I get the ingredients for them as fast as possible, I should say. So I'm making those as fast as possible so that I don't have to wait for that. I'm just extending this line a little bit more, and notice it copied all the inserters too. That's that advanced build mod. I absolutely love it. Sorry, it's not called advanced build. I don't remember what it's called now, but I've got it in the description of the video, so you can check that out. Also, we are possibly running low on these as well. So I'm going to run 2 more lines of these as well. Lack of item. I am out of assemblers. Let's go ahead and make no assemblers because we have no iron for gears. Let's go ahead and fly up here, get some iron. Now I should be able to make some assemblers. And 6. I'll make 4. And we're also researching steel while we're at this, which is nice. And I've also got a lot of graphite that I can throw in my engine here, and it recharges my guy. Notice also, like while I'm flying, it's like if I'm standing still, I'm still actually generating power. That's how much better the graphite is. If I'm walking, I'm actually generating power pretty quick. When I try to jump and fly and stuff like that, I use my power really quick. But for other things that I'm not doing that for, it's actually quite nice. Yeah, we're not great with our satisfaction, but it's definitely could be worse. Not too concerned about it at the moment. We've almost figured out steel, so I need to set up more smelters here. And I think, did I make more furnaces? I did. I'm just going to throw steel here. And yes, this is all spaghetti, and it's intentionally spaghetti, and I don't care that it's spaghetti. Like I said, this is all getting ripped up as soon as I get logistics. So let's go ahead and do this. We've learned steel smelting, which is absolutely perfect because that's what I'm going to put here. Let's go steel smelting and steel smelting. And they are smelting away. We're going to want another conveyor belt. And this is where things get a little dodgy with the with that fault line that I was talking about. Yeah, it lets me put it here, which is nice. I don't want the smelter. I just want the sorter. There we go. Out, out, in, and power it. And we're making steel. And we only have 13 of these 40 gear things that we need. So we need a bunch more. It looks like we're actually making them. It's just don't know how many we're making, so I'm just making them as fast as I can. We will be making those automatically eventually, but just not right now. I don't even know why I'm destroying these things, because I don't actually want this stuff anymore. I should be throwing all this stuff in my burner here so that I get rid of it. And let's see. Yeah, we're not making iron fast enough anymore to supply this, which is bad. So we need more iron smelters. And another thing we can do is we can prioritize getting iron out of this box. And I think I'm going to do that for the time being, because I actually don't care about these boxes of iron too much anymore. Storing it myself is not as big of a deal to me as anything else is. It looks like we need 12 more of these. And for that, looks like we need copper, iron. It looks like the problem is iron. So let's go ahead and grab some more iron. Just like I said, I don't actually want the iron, but I do right now. So 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that was 12. We'll definitely find out in a minute whether or not that was right. We're now sending enough enough iron down the line that it is making it to this guy, which is nice. And we're also still making a bunch of steel. I'm going to need this steel in my inventory for this research here when it comes. But we've only got 6 of these things left, and we're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 4. Looks like we're making exactly the right amount. We got 3 left. Yeah, we're good. So as soon as that finishes, then we're going to see how much steel we need. And hopefully we'll have that amount of steel. We have 48 in our inventory. We're on our last one of these. And boom, we've got a mechanical frame at level 1, which is nice. And we need 119 steel and a bunch of these circuits. So let's go ahead and grab more steel. And let's just pull the circuits right off the back of this line. And looks like we're about halfway on the steel and about a third of the way on the circuits. So as soon as we get those, I can also make them myself. I can make steel myself too, I think. No, cannot make it to the replica. You have to make steel in your own thing. But I can make these. We need about, what is that? 70? 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm making way more than I want. Let's actually do that. There's 80, so that should be enough. And then the rest is just steel. So there's 29. We still need about 20 steel. Oops. So as soon as that gets made, it should be fine though, because we're making these as well, and these have to catch up as well. So we have this basically as much steel as we have those. And I'm very excited that we're almost at the point where we don't have to do any more manual research, and we can concentrate on the actual research in the game, which is these things. So let's see, we've got just a couple more steel to pick up, and one more, and there we go. Now we have everything. We can make this research and be done with it. I think I am going to leave it here, and I'm gonna show you something else cool about this game. You can hit F11, and then it puts you in like photo mode, and I think photo mode is pretty cool. So I'm going to zoom in on my guy. Stupid tree there. I'm going to show off that we're doing some blue research in this episode, and I'm going to bid you adieu. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I am Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later.